Hello, vinyl community. I'm Gary, and this is Physical Format Rock and Roll. Thank you so much for tuning in. And if you are new to this channel and you haven't subscribed yet, please hit subscribe and hit that bell, and you'll be notified anytime I have a video that comes out. So anyway, I thought I would do a quick video here of, just these are 3 albums that have come out in the past 4 or 5 years or whatever that maybe you missed, you overlooked because they didn't have very much fanfare to them. So they just kind of, you never even heard of them, but they might be ones that I thought some of the people who watch this show might be interested in. So the first one, I will admit, I kind of stole this idea. I noticed it from Darcy 6 Strings 9 Lives. He has a really good channel. Go check him out if you haven't already. He's like really knowledgeable in the heavy metal and all different fields of it and stuff, and he's very well spoken in it. He's got a really cool channel. Anyway, he was doing this really cool ranking of Accept, albums by Accept from like 2010 on. All the newer stuff, because, like me and a lot of you out there, he thinks that the new album, Too Mean to Die, is really great. Anyway, so he was doing that, I was watching that, and he mentions this next album, which is called Headbangers Symphony. This is by Wolf Hoffmann, of course, of Accept, the guitar player for Accept. And this was released in 2016 on Nuclear Blast Records. I had never heard of it, but evidently this is the second album that he has made that is a rock symphony type album. So it's him on lead guitar, and he plays with the I think it's the Czech National Orchestra, something like that. Anyway, so he's doing these versions of songs from, like, Tchaikovsky and Beethoven and Bach and Mozart, and then a bunch of names that I'm not sure how to pronounce without making myself look stupid. But anyway, he's doing versions of that, making them more metal, and it is just a very cool combination. And, it's all instrumental, obviously, but I really like it because, you have the magnitude of an orchestra, but you have the metal aspect to it. You have the guitar, and it's not like, too overdone. I don't know how to describe that, but it's a good combination of the two, and it sounds very powerful. Obviously you're not always going to be in the mood for something like this, but when you are, it's a very good listen. So Headbangers Symphony by Wolf Hoffmann. Next up is one that I'm very familiar with, but I just don't know how many of you would be. This is Controlled Chaos by Nita Strauss. Once again, this is an instrumental, and this was released in 2018. Nita Strauss is one of the hottest guitar players on the scene these days, and you would probably know her from Alice Cooper's touring band. She's been with him for a few years now. She used to be in an Iron Maiden tribute band called the Iron Maidens, but she is with Alice now, and she has made this. This is an all instrumental. There's the inside, there's the back. It's a pretty cool looking album. It's I don't know, I think it's got a nice presentation to it. I like it. I like the way it looks. It's got that with some stuff, and it's got another pretty cool picture in the album itself. The vinyl itself is pretty cool looking. So, but this is it's mostly heavy. It's got a lot of fast-paced music. It would be, what's funny is I like this album. I mean, the guitar work on it is fantastic. The drumming is just crazy. But what I like about it is a lot of this music, if I would hear a band that played this kind of music and then had somebody singing on it, the singer would probably not be the type of voice that I like. There's a good chance it's probably going to be maybe more growling vocals or just something more annoying. I enjoy this without the vocals. The guitar, her lead guitar work is the vocalist in these songs, and it's not just all fast, real heavy metal stuff. There are some slower songs in here too. Her guitar playing is very expressive. Yeah, she can play 90 miles an hour, but at the same time, she's a very expressive guitar player, along the lines of Jeff Beck or something like that. So I really recommend this. Once again, Controlled Chaos by Nita Strauss. If you haven't picked that, and there's some videos on YouTube of both of these, so you can get a taste of it. Now the next one is a little bit of it's obviously very different from these first two, but in 2017, Kihn, the Kihn Band, released a album called Rekindled. And this is, I'll show you the item. It's kind of stupid opening up a CD. There's not much there. But anyway, this is just a fun album. If you were a fan of the Kihn Band from back in the 80s, they just don't write them like that anymore. Jeopardy, all that stuff. It's that style. I think if you like that then, you will like this album. It's just a fun 80s kind of rock album, and there's a few songs on here, big Pink Flamingos and The Brain Police, that stuck out in my head right away. But it's just fun, and you can get it. This is, I imagine this came from his website. He's autographed it, so that would probably be the best place to find it. I don't know. I doubt if you go looking in your record store you're going to find that, because I had never heard of that until fairly recently. So anyway, those are just 3 picks that I thought, hey, maybe some of you might be interested in looking at after I described them a little bit. So I'm Gary. This is Physical Format Rock and Roll. Thank you so much for tuning in. You can find me on Twitter and Facebook. Please leave any comments. Maybe some albums you think that we have missed, or maybe you have 1 or 2 of these. What's your opinion on it? Till the next time, I will see you down the road.